You in this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this will be a piece of cake.
All right.
Folks, welcome back to the second recording. Socks off. Socks off. Fuck it. Socks off. And we have Boris back on the podcast.
I thought you were ramping up to say the last name and then you bailed. We have Boris back on the podcast.
These come out on different days,
Yeah.
so everyone just thinks we wore the same thing.
We wear the same thing every day, like cartoon characters.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's our thing.
I do that with socks, actually.
You wear
Really?
socks
I got rid
all-
of all my socks at one point, and I bought like a bunch of pairs of these. Which
Oh yeah,
are, like,
I have like a bunch of pairs of the same
cheap,
kind.
decent rated. We're doing a little footsie. I'm glad I'm wearing socks for that.
Yeah.
You decided to go bare. Raw dogging my feet.
I do have, because I buy cheap socks. Those look nice. I have little black fuzzies all over my
These
toes.
are cheap. These are like I got the best rated cheap socks on Amazon, and I got like I don't know like 3 dozen pairs of them. And they over the years one set of like worn holes on the bottom, and I've tossed them. So I didn't even know how quickly it happened because I like replaced it and mixed with a new set. But
I see you
one
going
of
with
the best
that-
things I've ever done.
a nice ankle cut. I like a little quarter cut. I like it a little higher.
not an invincible. That's a little
Yeah.
too weird for me, but I don't like them high either.
Yeah.
Keep cool ankles because I never used to match my socks anyway, and my parents when they see that or my wife would just people don't like it even though nobody ever sees your socks until like it comes time to see your socks. But now I never have to think about that.
We were talking, Elia and I.
Yeah.
I actually like the way I say it.
Good for you. I'm glad you get a kick out of it.
When I lived in the Czech Republic, people called me Booby all the time, and I thought that was very
Called you
nice.
Booby.
Yeah, well, the alternative is Bobby,
Yeah.
which in their language means grandmother. So
I see.
yeah, it's quite the conundrum I was in. And I get they have the name Bob too.
Yeah.
They have Robert, and then they have Bob.
Yeah.
For some reason,
But I
it's the
kind of
same.
like being called grandmother. That's
Yeah.
it sounds like a MI6 like code name.
Oh, and when I was in the UK, apparently it's Bobby is a nickname for penis. Because I was at this bar and I was like,
And I punched a Bobby in the
yeah,
face.
I had 2 Bobbies in my mouth at the
Yeah.
same time as I want to do.
Yeah.
You know. But hey, guys, I appreciate you coming back. I know you listened to the previous episode. We were talking about a lot of stuff, dude. We were really getting into it.
Yeah.
It was equal parts silly and serious.
It's all because you
The
had
SS
such a
podcast.
good notebook to set us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Oh, I'm glad you brought it back this week.
Do you ever feel already buried deep?
Wait, already buried deep?
That's what it says. Listen, I'm just reading off of the notebook that I wrote.
Yeah.
You know what? You said I didn't have to do the second one.
That's
right?
true.
That's true. You can leave. That'd be
Boris
funny
is
to bail a solid 4 minutes in. It's not long enough for you to have invested enough time into it. But it's long enough to really.
I mean, you sat and you wrote those down.
yeah, he actually did write things. That's crazy.
Did you? Okay, so this is for both of you, by the
Oh,
way.
is it?
Do you ever feel like? Oh wait, no, sorry, I read that one already. Okay, do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing. Oh, sorry, that's the
a
second part.
Is that a second part to the previous one?
Yeah.
I see.
So the full question is: do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing. These are just conversation pieces. You'll have to stick to the exact.
Yeah.
You know, how does that make you feel to be asked that question?
Were you more fun when you were an alcoholic?
Disrespected.
Like, what was like drunk Bobby like? Was he like?
I think this, but with like less sense of how everyone around me felt, and less caring too.
Okay.
That's the thing, because I think, and there's different types of drunks. I would almost be like, first of all, I would get beer muscles, which sadly don't translate to real muscles, but I wouldn't, under normal circumstances, try to fight people, but I would like get under people's skin and not care.
I like your
at
modding
all.
fight was like the Notre Dame fighting
Yeah,
Irish
the
thing.
fighting Irish, dude.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If we
But-
ever put up a paywall, how like what should be there should be like a tier where like if they pay like a certain amount a month, you'll relapse. You just start drinking again.
Nice. Yeah. That
I
would
think
be.
we should do that.
that
I think
would
we
be
should
a good
offer your
bit.
sobriety
Yeah.
as a goal.
You got to do a tier where they get to see you reverse your belt.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I felt a little weird that I gave that to everybody for free.
Yeah. Now you're giving feet away for free too.
Feet.
Free feet.
But honestly, I'm never going back to podcasting with shoes. It just feels so like restricted.
I don't know.
You know, what shoe size are you?
I'm like 9.5.
Ooh, I'm a 9.
I'm a 9.
Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. dude.
Fucking pussy.
I know. That half is really...
But
9.5 actually...
My right foot is a little bit bigger than my left, so it's always like a compromise of like
Wow.
having one shoe a little
You gotta
tighter.
go to DSW and just pick mismatched
I've
pairs.
been there.
Sometimes they open the box
Yeah, that's
and
what I've
check
done.
them.
Yeah, I do that.
Can I ask a question? You guys don't have to answer if it's too personal, but do you see how like I'm rubbing these calluses together?
Uh-huh.
Does everyone have calluses on those exact part of their big toes?
I don't know that I do actually. You might have like bunions. Or
I think those are
something.
bunions. It's like when the bone forms, like from the agitation.
My
of the
thing
big
is,
bone.
I think
I
I
think
have
bunions are like right here though usually.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was.
I
yeah.
think
How
I
often
have-
do you wear heels?
I wear heels a lot. Yeah. In heels, I'm a regular sized man.
Wears heels, jerk off. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Buffalo Bill, he was trans.
Anyone, you guys watch the Ed Gein thing on?
No,
What?
I love
Netflix-
Ed Gein
Netflix?
though.
You're a
I
big
don't
fan
know
of?
what that is.
I mean, I wish he didn't do what he did, but he is
Do you
fascinating.
want to explain
Who
to
is
Boris
that?
who Ed Gein is?
So, Boris, Ed Gein is a serial killer, but a lot of serial killers, they kill because they enjoy the process.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess he's not an assassin. He's a serial killer.
yeah.
He at first he would dig up dead bodies because he needed people's body parts for items. Like he loved making lampshades out of people's skin.
believe- really?
and stuff
I believe
like
it's
that.
called upcycling.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
I do that with broken instruments.
Yeah.
So, he started doing this, and then it started being winter, and then the ground was too hard for him to grave dig. So he started killing people, but he didn't enjoy killing people at all. He just needed bodies, and I find that fascinating.
Wow.
And he was also like obsessed with his mother.
He was like a really, I think, like severely abused. But he was like the inspiration behind like Norman Bates, Leatherface, Buffalo Bill. Like they're all kind of take things from.
so he
his
was
story.
probably molested by his mom, and therefore
Probably
he
quite.
got an obsession with his own
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Isn't there a thing like did he kill his mom or something like that?
No.
He would wear other women's skin
Yeah.
and be like, I'm my mom, and like jerk his little peen to the thought of him
How did,
being his mom.
did
This is
he-
definitely going to be demonetized.
Is this did he leave a diary or what?
Well, he was caught.
When was this?
and with a barn full of human skin
Really?
suits and like a bowl full of vulvas and
I
stuff.
don't even
yeah.
like being pulled over for speeding. I could only imagine how embarrassed you are.
Yeah, guys, I didn't even.
When
get a
was this?
Chance to put things away. Like 1956,
I'd never heard of this
7. Yeah. Well, if you're not into the ghoulish and dark and macabre, then you might not have heard of him. But
I've not particularly, but you know what I was a good read is there's a Ted Bundy book
oh, yeah?
called The Stranger Beside Me.
Oh yeah, I didn't read it, but I watched the show that was based on that book.
Uh-huh.
It was written by his like one of his ex-girlfriends, right?
No, it was a friend that had worked
Oh,
with
a friend,
him,
okay.
also in a call center.
Okay.
But she like was assigned to write about these murders, and then slowly was like, I think this is my friend Ted. Like it was a very strange kind of coincidence.
Nice. How do you upcycle instruments? I'm curious.
I made like lamps out of guitars, and I have a
Okay.
saxophone lamp. I did a couple acoustics where I put shelves inside them, like open with a lamp.
Oh,
on
so in the
top.
body, like you open up the.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
Usually they're already busted up, so I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of like take what remains of the front.
Not a bad idea.
I'll show you some pictures.
Nice.
It's kind of a pandemic thing that I
Yeah.
started doing.
It is. I think we're fascinated by serial killers because it's basically the answer to the question.
We're talking about lamps now.
Yeah, we moved on. Well, we dovetailed
Back
from
to-
making lamps out of human skin
Right,
to just
right.
making lamps out of
lamps.
lamps.
Yeah, I think we actually let's be a lamp-based podcast, dude. Now, be honest. Do we have lamps?
Yes, we have lamps.
Okay.
But if I didn't, I wouldn't be honest about it. I would lie.
I have one lamp, and it's like right in front of my fucking face while I'm working at my desk, because it's a little better now because I have like more sunlight in my apartment. But if the sun's like not there, or today like it was dreary most of the day, I feel like I'm in a fucking dungeon.
Do you work entirely from home?
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? It turns out you could telemarket anywhere. I have the most interesting interactions with people because
I'm going to say no.
Mm.
I'm going to say you do not have the most interesting
Boris.
interactions with people.
do you know that there's still a chance for you?
That's very nice. Thank you. That wasn't a question.
That's also
though.
not a question.
No.
Well, no. Do you know?
Do-
Do you know?
do you
But
know?
it's kind of rhetorical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's little.
These are just conversation pieces, though. Elia,
Yeah,
do you know that there's still a chance for you?
no. Is that for me to redeem myself
Mhm.
from my past misdeeds.
Mhm.
That's nice. That's a very Catholic thing, right? You can just like apologize on your deathbed and be absolved of.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they're like, all sins forgiven, dude.
Yeah, that was Hitler, right? Before
Yeah.
he killed himself in Ava Braun.
And his dogs.
Yeah, that's
lesser
fucked up.
known. 2 German shepherds, or as he called them, shepherds.
Was it Blondie? Wasn't that one of them?
I don't know.
Connor, look up the names of Hitler's dogs.
That's not it's not like the time we asked Maxim to Google age of consent in Thailand. Okay, you're not gonna get in trouble.
You can't get.
I'm just impressed you needed to Google. No one in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's something you keep to yourself. Huh?
I think he had like dog named Blondie or something.
Yeah, Blondie is one of them.
Okay. He had
It's the
another
most
dog.
famous one. Other dogs he owned include a Jack Russell name. I'm not going to say that on there. Then some German shepherds named Prince, Buckle, Blonder, Bella, and
What
his
can-
own puppy named Wolf.
Can you allude to what it is?
It's just I'll spell Fuksул.
Oh.
I just don't know how to
It's
say
not
it.
Fu like it's not
Fuksул.
oh, so not like Fusco, but
He just
Fuso.
meant it was
Fuxo.
hard to pronounce. I thought it was like kill all
I thought-
Jews.
yeah,
I know, exactly.
I thought it was the name of H.P. Lovecraft's dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't
Google
like
that,
the
guys.
ideology, but it's a really bad name for a dog.
Yeah. 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 I always think of that Stephen Wright joke where he says, "I named my dog Stay." He's so confused because every morning I
Yeah.
go, "Come here, Stay. Come here, Stay."
Yeah. I was thinking about him earlier when we were talking about the socks because he had a funny joke about like wearing 2 different colored socks. He says, but they're the same to me because I go by thickness.
A lot of people are afraid of heights. Not me. I'm afraid of width. Oh, he's just the best, dude.
He's great.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't think, would he be famous today or would people be like, what? Ew.
Well, I mean,
What's he saying?
I don't know. I don't know how people would react to. I think Hedberg, like people watch him, like young people kind of find his stuff and like it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still triggered that a very handsome man did a street joke in his act, and that's comedy now.
Oh, right, yeah.
I grouse about this any chance I get. Matt Rife did his version of "What do you tell a woman with 2 black eyes?" You know, you already told her twice.
Right. What was his version?
Like a story
It was
that
built
involves
into a
woman.
story about like being at a diner or something.
Yeah,
right?
they were like, "Oh, she has 2 black eyes. Oh, she probably doesn't listen." You know,
Something, yeah.
yeah.
It was the same concept. It was
Yeah.
a joke. Yeah.
It's something the Overton
And
Windows.
yet, his fan base is very woman heavy.
Well, that's the thing is it was so funny to me because a lot of his, women probably watching with the sound turned off and gooning, right? But they're like, well, that's domestic violence humor. I don't go for that. Meanwhile, I'm like, no, it's literally like,
Yeah.
it's too much of he just heard the street joke and made it into a story, which I think is not something you should do. But he
Well,
has
it's weird
no,
'cause the
he's
other
got
day
a draw.
I did run into a rabbi, a priest,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah. But it's over for us guys. I mean, if we were going to make it a comedy, we would have made it by now.
I thought you said there's still. You asked
Yeah.
me if I knew if there was still a chance for me.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Dude,
that's all we was talking about. Though.
Yeah.
Did that
was-
mean nothing to you?
Yeah. Oh, man. But life is good, man. I really can't complain. I mean, I guess I could, but who would listen? I called this guy today, and he didn't know that you could hang up on telemarketers. Has this ever happened to you as a former man of the telemarketing industry, Boris?
Mhm. That somebody didn't know you could hang up.
Yeah.
Well, so the way the system worked when I did it
Uh-huh.
was once someone hung up, it would automatically call the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I wasn't concerned, and sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like actually getting donations, because you got bonuses and there was a leadership board. But if
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't at the time concerned, I would love it if somebody would just keep cursing at me and yelling at me.
Right.
Because then I'm like, I'll just keep listening to this. It's easier than having to start this over again with somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this one guy, and he was like, "I'm not gonna buy it," and I was like, and without any exaggeration, because I'm not supposed to hang up, you know, and I went, "Oh, but like, it's pretty cheap," and he's like, "I'm not under no circumstances am I gonna buy this." And I went, "Oh, but it's a good time to buy it. And he's like, you're being a jerk. And I'm like, I'm sorry to feel that way, but really what I'm trying to do is save you money. And like, I'm like, dude, just like, I'm not selling it at all.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the bare minimum of not like breaking the rules.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I spent the first 34 years of my life not being a telemarketer. I always knew they can't hang up. Is that not common knowledge?
I sometimes,
I don't
if
know
it sounds like a real person,
I've heard that here and there, but I
I
didn't
feel
remember that
bad
one.
just hanging up on them, even though I know I shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will kind of do a similar, like, I'm not interested. Please take me off of your list.
Yes, you say that, by the way. Anybody gets called by telemarketers, it's a law now. Not everybody follows the law, but if the person calling you follows the law, if you say, do not call me again, please, and hang up, that's the last time that person can ever call you. It's like
if
harassment.
they're based in
too.
America and
Right.
actually have to follow any laws.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But I don't. It's just fat. Like I went on for a couple minutes, and then so, this is my new thing. They'll be like, "I'm not buying it." I go, "Oh, okay." And they go, "Well, goodbye." And I can't say
Yeah.
goodbye because that's ending the call.
Yeah.
So I was like, "It's a good time to buy."
Now
it.
you're not on your own phone, obviously. You have like a work phone or
Salesforce.
Salesforce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you're calling through Salesforce. Are these calls like all recorded and
Yeah.
monitored?
So like the chance that my boss listens to any particular call is very low, but I'm not going to take that chance.
They might review it afterwards
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They might, I mean, if it's Salesforce, they probably have like an AI implementation at this point. They can probably scan the calls for
Mhm.
you using particular language.
Yeah. It's the me totally mundane, borderline not answering, and them not hanging up because it is
Sort of a standoff.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like I'm hijacking their impulse to not be rude. Like to hang
Yeah.
up on someone is rude. It's the phone version of like if you're talking to me and I just about
Yeah,
face and
yeah.
walk away.
Right.
But it's the only way. It's the only way it's gonna.
Oh, I
end.
just hang up.
yeah, exactly.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Very like I don't know who cares about this.
This guy screamed at me for asking what his credit score was.
I,
That's
at one point, I'm trying to remember what company this was, who they had somebody call me and it was a legitimate representative, but he sounded so much like it was a scam that I like kind of harassed this guy. Ah, man, I'm blanking on what company this was. It's going to come to me as soon as we stop the podcast.
Halliburton?
But
Was it Halliburton?
it was not Halliburton. It was not Halliburton cold calling me. No, it was a legitimate service call, and I forget. And the guy, I just asked like basic questions that he didn't know the answers to the point where like I ended up like telling someone else at the company to like let them know that I apologize because I like told this guy I would kill myself if he hangs up, like was just fucking with him.
Damn.
I was so sure because I just remember asking certain questions. I was like, well, he's got to have a better answer than that if he really works there.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I was like, you guys got to better train
So
your people.
I actually, it might be by design because the thing that we want them to buy, like an engineer has to explain it to them.
Uh-huh.
Right. So like I'm just supposed to pivot to like, hey, I'm not an expert. You know, what I can do is get you in touch with an expert.
Yeah, this wasn't sales even. This was like, man, what was it? I don't remember. I'm going to ask my wife.
Ooh. While you do that,
Go back to the notebook.
and Ilya, this is for you.
Take your time.
How are you?
Yep. Are you proud of yourself?
Have things changed since last week when we last spoke?
No,
You're not a father yet?
I am not a father yet.
Do you like be honest? Because your wife is pregnant. Do you identify as a father yet, or is it still like not a thing you know of?
No, I guess not. I'm just a father. I don't know. Once I have the baby, I'll be like, okay, now I'm a father.
You didn't get anything for Father's Day, did you?
It's too early.
I might have like done something like maybe something like.
I think a
just 'cause I'm
pregnant
on the way.
woman you can start seeing
Yeah.
as a mother.
Yeah.
But you're not a father until it pops out.
So Boris, which is harder, being a mother or being a father?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, for me, it's fatherhood.
Okay.
Yeah. But for my wife, it's probably motherhood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Now, are you good cop or bad cop?
I think we switch. back and forth once in a
Okay.
while.
Do you know what the dynamic is going to be with you and your lady?
I'm torn because on a part of me thinks like I'm not going to be. I think she could probably be more strict, but the problem is she's not like we have a dog who's like completely untrained, and like she didn't have the nerve to ever be like she couldn't scold, like she couldn't be disciplinarian in that sense. So I don't know if she might not be that way as a mom, but on the other hand, I think it'll be a balance, and I'll probably just try to even out whatever the dynamic is.
Yeah.
Because I think I could see myself just not being the disciplinarian and all, but I can also see myself being able to like objectively like control the situation. Or something.
My mom was a disciplinarian usually, but there were a few times where my dad yelled at me, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is a man that could kill me if he wanted to." You know what I mean?
Is your dad a big guy?
Yes. I mean, he's not very tall, but he's like, he's got like pretty broad shoulders and a decent wingspan. He's got like big hands and stuff. Yeah.
Working man.
He's a working man. Yeah. And he's retired and he's on a cruise right now. I told you guys about this off podcast, but my parents are retired and they're on a cruise right now and they're just having a nice time. Isn't that nice?
Where's the cruise going through?
It's definitely somewhere. A better son would have had a more precise answer.
Well, you narrowed it down to the ocean, possibly.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know that they're definitely like on the Atlantic Ocean and they're not on the Pacific Ocean. My parents like don't really fuck with Asians at all.
Ooh,
And
would that follow?
what is that
Was that related
exactly?
to the thing? Because there's gonna be Asians working that cruise ship.
That's true. No, they my dad. It's interesting. My dad was like, I want to go explore different cultures, and my mom's like, I like going.
She wants to watch Blue Bloods again. Yeah.
She wants to watch. That's my mom. She wants to watch Blue Bloods.
I'd like
all
to
the
see
cop
the
shows.
cops in other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder
not a
what their
cop
law and
to it.
order's like. They drive on the other side of the street.
Yeah. Special victims units, and it's the special part is that they're all Chinese. That's nice though. Yeah. Ted Bundy, man, what a guy.
Yeah.
You know what's weird too, people, and I get I'm not a woman or a gay man, right? To the disappointment of some of our listeners, but I will say I see pictures of Ted Bundy and I do not get it.
He's not like a super. I mean, he's not ugly by any means, but he's not like a stun. He doesn't look like Robert Redford. Or
Is
anything.
he a good-looking guy for someone that fucks corpses? I guess is the question.
For someone that fucks corpses, I would say he's probably above average.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think back then, like I was watching Cheers, and there's like women that like walk. The whole vibe is like Sam Malone is like a playboy, right? And then women walk in the bar and everybody goes ooh, and the women are just like, first of all, they're wearing like baggy. I have no idea what their breasts or butt looks like. But in the late 80s, early 90s, I guess no one thought about that ever. There would just be like a thin woman with like hair, and everybody would be like, oh my god. We all want to fuck this woman, and I'm sitting there like.
So
I don't
is your
get it.
complaint that Cheers didn't sex up the
'Cause the
extra
whole-
female character?
No, but the whole vibe
It was
is
a
like
sitcom.
No, I'm saying there would be a minor character, and her sole function is like Sam's gonna want to fuck this beautiful woman, and she would walk into frame, and the guys in the bar, and then by extension the audience would all be like ooh, but she'd just be like some lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? Those oohs, that's how you know. You know, that's what tells you that she's hot.
Yeah.
Maybe you have just unrealistic standards for women.
Yeah.
I mean, they were thin, which is impossible for them to do now. But yeah. I mean, you know who is hot? The woman who played Diane is pretty, but
Rhea Perlman. Was she on that? Was she on?
yeah, Carla. Yeah,
Yeah,
Carla's hot. Carla would be fun.
I never
Carla would
watched
be
it.
the best BJ I've ever gotten. All right.
This is the best radio of 1985.
Yeah, dude. We're pre right wing hysteria, Anthony Cumia, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Oh my God! Oh, Rebecca, the brunette on Cheers. What's the actress's
Kirstie
name?
Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I realized
She
by
stayed
wa-
thin. Isn't she famous for having an eating disorder or something?
No, she's famous
I
for
didn't say
having.
she was always pretty, Boris.
She was famous for gaining a lot of weight, I believe.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that
and then
it? She
had
was
to
famous for losing her eating disorder.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, being obese means you have an
that means you've
unhealthy-
conquered hunger.
Yeah, yeah.
I am the winner.
I went to there's a Cheers bar in Boston. I
I've
believe.
been. Well, yeah. There's one. Well, I think there's two. There's a original and there's a location. I think in Faneuil Hall somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one I was in. The one it's like a kind of a basement.
I think it's a real one. Yeah.
Yeah, and my friend got married, and I think the rehearsal dinner, I guess, was like somewhere near it or above it. And then we were like, oh, let's go to the Cheers bar afterwards. And I remember going there. The whole bar smelled so bad that we did like a full circle. It's huge. It like goes far back, and we did like a big circle trying to find a place that didn't stink, and we left because the whole place smelled like shit.
Huh.
I saw Olympia Dukakis at the Cheers bar at Faneuil Hall.
Who's that?
She's an actor.
Oh, I thought it was like the wife of Dukakis.
I think she's related to Michael Dukakis.
Isn't Dukakis the one where they were like, what if your wife got raped? Would you support the death penalty then? And he gave a rational answer and everyone hated him for it.
I don't
I don't
remember.
know. That sounds like a
I
thing.
believe Dukakis.
In your pants. Up top. There we go.
Very cool. I'm almost positive this is Dukakis where he was running for president, I think.
Yep.
Or maybe vice president. Well, he was in a debate. And at the time, because this is like the
Can you run
ladies
for
or-
vice president without having a president that you're with, just independently? Like I want to be the vice
that,
president.
to be like, listen, I think
I
I'm
want to be the
pretty,
second guy.
I'm humble, okay? But they basically, because he was anti-death penalty in a time period where that was like sort of weird in America. They're like, oh, you're against the death penalty? Now it's like at least half of everybody is against it. But they gave him like a super emotionally charged question, and I'm paraphrasing, but they were basically like, so you're married. What if someone raped and killed your wife? Would you support the death penalty? And
Why? She's already dead.
He gave and this is hilarious to me. He gave a too rational answer.
Yeah.
He was like, well, obviously it's difficult to be a victim of a crime. The family of victims suffer more than any other crime, but I don't think a solution in the data will support me.
Yeah.
That the death penalty is a deterrent or even makes the families of victims feel better once the person is executed. Everyone's like, hey, you were supposed to get all emotional about your wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, I'm too
I have a bit
rational."
that I kind of do about that. It's like they'll say the argument people always make is like, oh, you'd feel different if someone you loved. It's like, yeah, I probably would. That's why we don't make grieving families write legislation.
Yeah.
We just let them fucking mourn.
I would put someone that stole my car to death.
yeah.
I'd give someone that fucking bumped into me on the subway to death. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost.
So the argument is like, you'd feel different if your judgment was clouded by emotion.
Yeah.
It's like, you're right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, people hate when someone's like just rational.
Yeah. No, well, that's the thing. I mean, he's the same guy because he had the problem that Al Gore had, that John Kerry had, that Mitt Romney had, that Hillary Clinton had, which is they're very like type A. Like, well, actually, I've looked at the data and that's fucking not who votes. Well, it's not at all of who votes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, you got to be exciting.
And it's not who gets attention in today's media ecosphere.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Hillary didn't win, even when she told black people that she carries hot sauce wherever she goes.
Yeah,
I thought that for sure.
that would have sealed the deal.
I read this book about Biden and how his brain stopped working. Right? It's the Jake Tapper book.
You read that book?
Original Sin. It's a really good book.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
You got to be one of very few people who read it.
Oh, yeah. Is that why?
I don't know, like who. I feel like people used quotes from it where it benefited them, and then I don't know why. Like, he's not president anymore.
Okay, so
It just felt like it was kind of like, yeah, okay, we sort of knew this. I don't know. Was there something revelatory in it?
Yeah, I think the level to which people were covering for him and how early it started is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
There was some stuff like,
but you don't need to read the book to hear that. You see quotes from it all over Twitter and whatnot. It's just like an extra step. You're reading like the literary work of like a political gotcha.
Is your argument I should just take the out of context sound bites? We would all be
Sort
better
of.
off if everyone did.
Well,
that.
no, not that we. Well, it's not that we'd be better off. It's just surprising that I just didn't see most people reading it.
Yeah, it's a good book. He's a good writer.
It's like watching the whole porno instead of just like the parts that you're going to come to.
Yeah.
Is that a good analogy?
well, I read books on the train.
So
And
it's
I
a good
also
analogy.
watch porn on the train. A lot of it is wild. Basically, people knew that he was as demented as he was when we saw him on that stage.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are like, well, he's prone to gaffes and he's not a great speaker. But like during that famous debate, we're like, oh, his brain doesn't work.
Yeah. And well, and also prior to that debate, like you can see a clear difference between him and him from even 8 years ago.
I think it is helpful to read the book because you could learn like how this could happen, because this could happen again.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like Trump won again. We're not immune to
Yeah.
electing senior citizens.
Right.
And he talks about, Dianne Feinstein, and she's one of the more famous people. He gave like a half a dozen examples of like people basically being forced to resign from Congress because their brains stopped working.
Uh-huh.
It is like a problem. And it's like, now I'm 35. Am I old enough to be president? Personally, I don't think so. I thought we were pushing it with Kennedy. You know what I mean? There is a certain
I
amount
don't know
of,
if you're even old enough to be mayor in New York.
yeah. Oh, geez. He's going to win. And that makes me so sad.
Of course he's going to win.
Yeah. You think Mamdani's going to win?
I mean, I don't pay attention to it, but he
The
seems
numbers
popular.
seem pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad like Eric Adams dropped at least, because now, I mean, it's a 3-way race. And
He's still on the ballot, though, is the funny thing. He dropped
Crazy.
too late.
yeah, it's insane. And if like,
But it's not like there's somebody good as an alternative. There's nobody that I'd be like, oh, good, he won.
well, yeah, it's kind of interesting because I think if Sliwa, Cuomo, and Adams, if two of them dropped out and endorsed the third, they would beat Mamdani. I do think so.
Potentially, yeah. But
But
they're
neither-
all narcissists, and they all have, in their minds, a valid argument for why they shouldn't be the one to drop,
But it's like, I mean, there's never been a 3-way race where the person that split the bill won. Like, isn't that pretty simple mathematics?
Like the Ross Perot effect.
Yeah, Ross Perot has never won, and he only got Clinton elected. You know what I mean? Same thing with Bob Dole. You know
Jill
how it's
Stein,
gonna. Yeah,
classic.
yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do? It's what I'm concerned about, because I've always seen like the mayor as to being like the moderating voice in New York politics. Like you look at what a lot of the Democratic Assembly people are saying in New York, and it is like woke silliness,
Uh-huh.
right? They're like, let's take down the Washington statue in Union Square, just things that don't matter.
Right.
Let's defund the police, I saw and this isn't obviously what New York Assemblymen think, but it's like indicative of like the kind of thinking in this city. If you go left enough, I saw a poster in Bushwick that said "Arm the homeless," which I was like,
That's fun.
yeah. I mean, I've been a teenager listening to Rage Against the Machine. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think at my peak, like, teenage angst, you could have convinced me we have to give homeless people Glocks.
But that's like a provocative, ironic thing. That's not a sincere.
You think so? I'm hoping you're
Yeah.
right, dude.
I mean, these are people that also don't believe in the Second Amendment.
Right.
So,
Except for the homeless.
Yeah.
But there is like a logical, like there's everybody who like, and sadly I know a fair amount of people who like after the Charlie Kirk thing were, sincerely like people should do this. But those same people, if you ask them, would say that they're against the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's not exactly a coherent policy proposal.
They're like the opposite of Dukakis, straight for the emotion.
Oh yeah.
Just a complete emotional, response.
Yeah.
I think the free buses thing, if that ever happens, what keeps homeless people from being on the bus?
Yeah, no, that sounds like there's like a lot of data on that. That's one of the particularly more obviously bad proposals.
Mm-hmm.
I think they vary. But yeah, the buses thing, like we have good data on like the things people do and don't like about the buses, and the price isn't the thing that they don't
Yeah.
like. It's everything else that'll be worse when you make it free. Like
Yeah.
make them basically everything service related. It's going to be more people on there. It'll be more crowded. It'll be more difficult to fund them.
And I think there'll be more negative interactions between homeless people and the public.
Easily.
Because like if you know, I'm a big proponent of stopping the fare beating, and a lot of people are like, that's like silly right-wing pearl clutching. But I'm like, no, man, if you can't afford $275, I don't know if I want to be around you.
Well, but also there's programs for people who can't afford it to do get covered service for the MTA.
I've never
and for the
seen
buses.
a little old Asian lady burn the fare. I've only seen a college age kid being like, "Fuck
Right.
you, I don't want to pay the train."
Have you seen
Yeah.
the new things that they keep putting up? The blinders kind of.
I do think okay, so I don't. The only time I have hopped the turnstile is if I go to use it, it doesn't work, and I try to use it again, and it's just used.
Yeah,
I'm
Right.
like, well, fuck you then. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I was looking at those. I'm like, I think I would actually have a hard time jumping that turnstile.
Yeah, they make
little
it
thing.
more difficult. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go up.
They're
you can't
working
use
on the
sides for leverage.
designs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna win, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He is like already like moderated, but also
Yeah.
it's like, well, he wants to win the general. Who knows what he'll do once he's won the general?
Right. Nobody knows.
You know.
I don't.
But
think
I do
that's
see
gonna
some
occur.
parallels to him and Trump. And I don't even mean that pejoratively. I mean like
Like in a populist kind of sense.
populist, and also like the only
Media savvy.
the only reason he's like gotten this far is because, like you said, the Democrats can't come up with a good alternative. You
Right.
know?
Well, I mean, with Trump, it was a little bit more like they kind of fucked themselves because they were propping him up in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think that happened here, really. In fact, like a lot of fairly mainstream, you know, the New York Times was pretty critical of Mamdani early on, and a lot of the mainstream press was pretty critical of him early on.
Yeah. But you know, you live in New Jersey, Elias.
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Are you following?
You came all the way from New Jersey for this podcast?
That's really good of you.
Yeah.
Do you work in the city?
Yeah. I work in
Okay, so-
Herald Square,
Okay.
which is where seems to be the epicenter of like the homeless drug problem in Manhattan.
Really?
It's pretty wild there. Yeah.
Herald Square.
Hmm.
Damn. I don't know. It's interesting because like I feel like I've lived here almost a decade, right? So I have almost a spidey sense to like what train car I should be on.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy walked in, and like I don't always walk out of a train car when a homeless guy walks in, because some homeless guys are just guys that want to sit down.
Yeah.
But I could just tell, I'm like, this guy's going to start screaming. And I walked out of this train car the other day, and I walked into the other one, and right before the door closed, I just hear him go, ah! I'm like, dude, look at me in my homeless spidey sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should figure out how to monetize that.
I really should. Yeah.
What would that be entailing to monetize it?
Mm.
Like you turn it into some sort of practical, like you're like homeless whisperer. You just like stand in the subway, tell people. You know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm trying to do anything to steer us away from.
You could
talking about
become one of the
politics.
social workers that
I do
and
have pepper
Mamdani.
spray.
hmm.
I've been I showed this to
You showed us
Chris.
last week. Yeah.
I'm going to show it to Boris too. So I've been wearing looser jeans because a Gen Z girl made fun of me for wearing tight jeans. I didn't even think they were that tight.
Your girlfriend or somebody else?
No, somebody else.
You changed your jeans for another woman?
Listen, I'm trying to appear younger. It used to be like, oh, you're 35. That's when people start to really understand how the world works in terms of being a comedian. But now I'm trying to look as young as possible and maybe get a jaw implant.
A jaw implant. Like
So you
Matt,
look
isn't that what
youthful?
Matt Rife?
Do jaw implants make
Youthful
you look
and
youthful?
masculine.
Okay.
Masculine, youthful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to look like a big boy.
Here's the thing is like, I got the jokes, right? If people will stop scrolling to look at my beautiful face, they'll stay for the jokes. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Come for the face, stay for the joke.
See, it's like, I don't poo-poo on the ladies showing their cleavage. A lot of male comedians are really mean about that. They're like, oh, show your tits. I'm like, yeah, show your tits. You know?
Use what you got.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because people will scroll. I'm watching, and no hate, but I'm watching like women comedians at my like experience and talent level, right? Oh, that is actually a mean thing to say about somebody, but they're good, right? But they have thousands of views and sometimes hundreds of likes on a okay joke, and it's because their titties are there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
I'm-
on a bad joke.
I'm trying to do the male version of titties, which is to have like the Grimson chin. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, okay, tell me how, like, and be honest.
Yeah.
You look. You look pouty to special needs.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
the thing. I need plastic surgery. I hate to be the one to say it. You guys got beards.
Better you than us.
Yeah.
Do you not grow a beard?
Not really.
Okay.
I get pretty good stubble, but it would never come in like Boris. It would have a more pube quality, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
My hair is
Like
very.
Ilya's.
My hair is puby. My beard hair is very curly.
My beard gets curly when I grow it out too, but for the first little bit.
Does yours keep growing? My kind of has a limit. It doesn't grow out.
No, I've grown mine like big.
I would love.
I've had like a big.
I can't
big
grow.
beard.
I wish I could. I can't grow it like that.
It's what I will tell you as a father is I ended up shaving a lot more because
Baby
when you
grabs
kiss
it,
your
yeah.
kid, their skin gets irritated by your beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's adorable. I'm gonna do chest to chest as well. I'm covered in hair.
Yeah.
So-
You're gonna breastfeed?
No, just physical contact, skin to
Yeah,
skin
yeah.
contact. You know,
No, of course.
regular. I'm gonna touch the baby.
Yeah. I did not feel any need to shave my chest. It's not like
No.
it's soft enough where I don't think it was irritating.
Oh,
But my
Boris.
beard gets prickly.
You're like Robin Williams level hairy, dude.
Well, yeah. Is that Robin Williams?
Oh, you're
Not the arms.
you're dark.
The
Your
arms
hair
I
is
think, are
darker, so I feel like
average.
it's more noticeable than.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm getting grays in there.
Yeah, I'm grays.
I'm like a little boy.
Hell
My
yeah.
chest, dude. Almost nothing.
Hmm.
Oh, look at that.
Do you guys ever get the "Are you Jewish?" guys coming up to you and asking?
You know,
to do a little dance?
literally
Yeah.
just now they almost chased me on the city bike, and I don't like to say yes because I don't want to deal with them, but I don't want to say no because I don't want to lie. So I usually say not like that. And it doesn't really deter them, but it's
Right.
enough that they're like not that pushy. And I thought actually that it was more of an inconvenience because I thought they would do the tefillin thing.
Yeah.
But that's not what they were trying to do. They had like some other like stick or something that they need. I was riding away at that point, but they were like, real quick, just while you're waiting for the light. But I saw a space between the cars and kind of jetted anyway. But it seemed more like they were like, you know, kids on a scavenger hunt than really trying to like impose anything on me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yes, yeah, I get it quite a bit.
That's happened a couple times, I think.
Mhm.
But I'm always ready to square up into a confrontation. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I have like a weird thing. I'm just always like in my head, like, we see where this goes. It's not a good instinct.
So what would be your reaction when they ask you?
I'll be like, yeah, and then whatever the follow up question is, like, it just depends on the circumstance. But like,
If you say yeah, they're trying to do whatever they consider to be a mitzvah. So it's like to get
Yeah.
you to say a prayer or like
Yeah, it's like,
there's a shofar, right? That's what it's called.
yeah, the horn.
They
thing.
blow that sometimes. I've seen them take one of those out when I said not. I usually almost always I feel like I've just kind of naturally responded not like that every time now, and so it makes a middle ground. Do you get it? They probably ask you. You could pass
One time,
just once.
yeah, one time, somebody asked, "Are you Jewish?" and I said no, and they went, "Are you sure?"
Mhm.
And I went, "I am not."
Yeah, you look like you could be
It was
Jewish.
funny if your response is, ugh,
Yeah.
no. It's like, oh, okay, that's a good way.
I'm on the other side.
like whatever the opposite of that is. That's me.
I did a show. This reminds me of in Fire Island, which I thought would be gay, and it wasn't. It was apparently that's only one part of Fire Island. This was a very, I guess, kind of conservative part of Fire Island, and two insane things happened.
It's
Actually,
fire and brimstone.
actually, more than two insane things happened, but two insane things happened to me during my set. One of which I didn't even know until I got off stage. But one, I was doing crowd work, and there was like a table of like kind of older women, like maybe 50s or 60s, and one of them I referred to as like a cute Jewish lady, and she was extremely bothered by that, and like it was visibly bothered by it, and I kind of like wanted to dig in more because I was like, why would you be so bothered by that, you know? And she ended up walking out as I was kind of like digging in about this, but I wasn't mean or anything, but I was just like, did she not? Is it a big deal that I said you were, you know? And then after, or maybe even during my set to another comic that was there outside, she goes, he called me a Jew. Which, like, you can only be bothered by if you got a real problem with
Yeah.
Jews, obviously,
Yeah,
in the way
yeah.
that she took offense to it. And then the other crazy thing that happened during this guy walked in prior to my set and was listening to other comics who mentioned they live in like Brooklyn or whatever, and was just yelling like fag and yelling like different like shit out to people. And then when I started talking about being from Ukraine, which I'm not like in any way. I don't proselytize. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about it. Nor am I like a proud Ukrainian in that kind of way even. But he like starts yelling "fuck Ukraine," and then turns back. There's in the corner of the comics table. And I didn't know this until afterwards, but while he was yelling and while he was like saying shit to me during my set, he was like he never sat down. He was like standing next to where the person comes to greet you when you enter the restaurant or whatever, and standing next to his girlfriend. And while he's yelling shit out and while he's watching the show, he is fingering his girlfriend's asshole under the jeans and turns around to the table of comics while he's doing it, and it's just like, yeah.
That guy rules. That's cool.
Yeah,
Right? That's a
that
cool
was
dude.
my impression of Fire Island, which was very, very different than what I'd heard.
How do they know it was her asshole and not her vagina?
Well, it was in back. They're literally watching his finger.
From
in
back,
like
that's
he's-
right. Yeah, it was a thing from underneath. Yeah,
Oh.
I pieced that together.
What a cool guy.
That's
He was a guy.
also, what a nice guy.
Now, the fuck Ukraine thing, I think for a certain kind of guy, he's basically saying fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of it at the time, and it was before Trump was president. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was before. Definitely before Trump was president. Yeah.
Dude, anybody in their life that has been like, let's go, Brandon, I need you to know and this is coming from me, you're the biggest dork that has ever been alive. To be like, let's go, Brandon, get it? Because of fuck Joe Biden? It's like, yeah, dude, it's fine. You could say fuck the president.
Yeah.
I mean, for now,
Yeah.
you can. You for sure can.
He doesn't want you to say it. And if he could, he would make sure you could do it, which is a problem, I would say. That's a big problem.
To me, it's so funny because obviously I have a 1/1 billionth the amount of fame he has, but people comment on my Instagram and stuff, and about a quarter of it is negative, and I literally feel nothing about it at all. Like they're like, "You're unfunny." I'm like, some people do say that to like people that post, and meanwhile, someone's like Seth Meyers is like, Trump, we don't like you. And he's like, I have to ruin his life.
Yeah.
It's so weird that you could feel that way.
Yeah, because he's an incredibly petty person.
Crazy.
It's insane. Maybe you need to be that level, like have that level of pettiness in order to accomplish anything at that level.
It is fascinating to me because I think part of it, and we're psychoanalyzing somebody, right? And I've never talked to him. He could have a British accent when the cameras are
Nor
on.
are we trained to psychoanalyze somebody.
I am.
You are.
Yeah, I've read a lot of Wikipedia articles. Too.
Okay, well,
Nice.
it's a shame you're stuck in sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You missed your calling. Get it? Because he calls.
That's really good, dude.
Thanks, man.
So Trump is new money, right?
New money?
Yeah.
Is he new money?
Well,
Well,
his dad is rich. I mean,
Right.
he was born into wealth, but in Queens, not in Manhattan.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean?
He's not. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's
I guess.
Unrefined.
I guess.
I think he has a chip on his shoulder that he would be in rooms with rich people and they would be like,
that you don't belong.
yeah.
Right.
I think this all comes from that.
It's possible. Although, like today, there's just a lot of new money. You know.
I dream of being new money. Obviously, it's the only type of money I could be, but I think that's very cool.
Unless there's like a King Ralph situation. It turns out you're related to like a really wealthy
Saudi
family.
prince.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so.
That'd be so good.
I think I would do being rich really well.
Oh, I would crush it.
I mean, you're being anesthetized so someone can
Yeah.
brush your teeth while you're asleep.
That's just that's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm just saying that's something I would do that I think other billionaires haven't thought of.
Had $1 billion. It used to be if I had $1 million. That's not
It's
even
not that impressive.
inflation and all that. So Boris, if you had $1 billion, if you had $1 billion, what would you do?
Yeah. I'd probably buy a nice brownstone in Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah. You would just not have roommates.
Why was
I
it
mean,
that?
you don't have roommates.
I don't have roommates,
Yeah.
but I'd love a nice brownstone. in
Ask me what
Brooklyn
I would do.
Heights.
What would you do?
I'd probably buy a nice brown person. Sorry, I just wanted to.
In Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Brown's-
could, just
I like
not
a brown,
in
that's-
America.
a brown's is such an attainable, not billionaire thing.
A brownstone in Brooklyn Heights?
No, but I'm saying it's very nice, but
Yeah.
at the billionaire level,
I mean, I guess. I
you
mean,
could
it's.
buy a city block or
Well,
something.
look, I feel like once you surpass, like, I don't know, $50 million, the difference is somewhat arbitrary in terms of like your dreams, you know?
Nah,
My
Only
thing
the
is,
billions, I think it's.
I would.
What would you do at $1 billion that you couldn't do at 50 million?
I'd probably have like custom made yacht that costs more than 50 million.
You would? Is that like a thing you dream of? Is a yacht? I mean, a
I
yacht
would
would be
do-
cool. I'm not saying I wouldn't get a yacht.
It's not
but
like
like,
dream of it, but like I would definitely do something. Absolutely, I would do.
But
that.
I could take or leave a yacht. You know,
Look,
that,
I'm not
like that
poo-pooing
sounds like a
$50 million.
toy.
I'm just
but
saying.
a brownstone or Brooklyn Heights feels like I have a different quality of life now. You know,
Yeah,
that would change my day-to-day life much more than a yacht.
yeah, but I feel like if the yacht, I mean, my day to day life would be whatever I want, like wherever I need to be at any given time. Like I could just do whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like you get more. I think $50 million, you can't quite do that. I mean, you can live very comfortably. You may not have to do anything, but you can't be the most extravagant.
I mean, 5 million and you never have to work again, basically.
Yeah, but you still gotta be you still gotta be sensible with the money.
Yes,
You
5
can't be
million.
wasteful.
Well, that's why I chose 50 because I feel
Yeah.
like at 50 you no longer really need to be sensible. You can just take 10 and live off the interest, and then do stupid things with 40,
Yeah.
or not stupid.
Also,
things,
well, I mean,
but-
also if you're saying you're going to be investing it, so you're increasing the amount anyway. So you're not living off of you're intending to make more than 50 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Bobby?
I would
Buy some socks. Nice
buy socks with no holes in them.
Get the greatest jaw the land has ever
Dude,
seen.
I would have such a big jaw.
You know, I would maybe take a trip to Turkey and get a thick hairline like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would trade having a regular hair and skin for your slightly receded hairline in a second.
Trade? Why?
Because come on. You look more normal. You and me next to each other,
Yeah.
a lady picks you every time.
I think that's a matter of taste.
No.
Why? You're a handsome guy, Bobby.
I don't have the jaw implant yet. You don't have to be nice to me.
The what?
So, dude, to answer your question, though,
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
I've never felt more.
I kind of want to throw my phone, just have it hit the dick, and see
It
how
almost
much
looks
hurt.
like one of your legs is fake in that camera.
Actually,
angle.
it does. Yeah, like you're actually
one?
under the
This one?
couch. No, the right.
It looks like you're going to do a magic trick where you cut off one of your legs,
Yeah.
but one of them is actually inside the couch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Would you just amputate yourself for like a tier, like a paywall tier? Like cut off like a pinky.
I think I would do one of the balls.
Circumcision.
People, yeah, I'd get circumcised on the podcast. If
Wait,
we,
you are circumcised, aren't you?
yeah, I'll get circumcised again. I'll do the weight thing.
Wait,
Wait,
oh,
didn't you
grab it
imply
back.
that you weren't circumcised earlier?
That was just the quickest way I could like sillily say I'm not Jewish.
How do we know when you speak the truth or not,
I know.
Bobby?
When it's to power, you know I'm
Nah.
speaking truth. To answer your question, you know what my dream of being like a billionaire is?
Yeah.
Is that I'm in my house and under no circumstances do I hear people to the left or right of me.
Yeah. Do you live with your girlfriend?
No, but I do live with roommates, and sometimes I could hear my neighbor,
Yeah.
and he's not like loud or anything.
Sounds like you want to move to the suburbs.
No, because my parents live in the suburbs, and their neighbor is a guy who mows his lawn. Get this, every other day.
Wow.
So there's like I don't even know how that would work to have like, and it doesn't have to be like even a McMansion, but far enough away that under no circumstances do I hear someone's music, someone talking. I just want to. I don't even know if like, are you guaranteed that in a Brooklyn brownstone?
No, almost certainly not.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's road work outside, you're going to hear it.
Yeah,
But it's probably like really, thicker walls, probably better quality windows and
Yeah.
things like that to keep the noise down. But, if you really want silence, you probably shouldn't live in the city.
yeah. But I mean, even in the suburbs, you're like, because there's no way for you to be like, hey, can I live in this house for 6 months and see what the neighbor to my left and right are like? They're like, no, you got to buy the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you can ask to see it at a particular hour. That type of people do that,
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. I didn't think that like someone could mow their lawn every other day, but he does. He is a landscaper, but it feels like he's just like bored.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe just really cares about his lawn. Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
If you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be?
Hmm.
Living.
Ilya dead.
I'd have a dinner with Abraham Lincoln.
Did you?
Living or
You
dead?
just yell at him. Why did you freeze him?
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Now they play music on the subway. Come on.
Yeah. That is annoying. Yeah.
Do you think that
Okay,
would have changed?
40 acres, a mule, and a good pair of headphones.
Yeah. I do. Okay, so that is a phenomenon, right? That POCs, God bless them, love them, support them. They do like to play music or speakerphone conversations on the train.
They like to share their music publicly.
I
with
think
others.
you know what it is because they're more likely to have grown up in an urban environment.
With these,
So their perception of like a shared space, they're basically like, well, I'm always in a shared space.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to
Right.
me, I'm like, the train is sacred in the sense that like, it's not my home.
And it's
I
not-
think oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's more than that. It's shared, but it's shared and like it's not so easy to voluntarily like change spaces. Whereas like a block, you can walk down the block if it's noises, you know, or whatever.
But if you grew up in the city and I'm like, let's say you have a tiny apartment with siblings, it's like foreign to you to
Your
even be like,
threshold is higher to the
Yeah.
amount of like chaos around you.
yeah, you're like, I don't have money for headphones, or I choose to spend my money on different things. And yeah, I mean, when I'm in my apartment with my siblings, we're all listening to different TikToks at full volume. Like, I think some of them are looking for you to like say something so that they punch you and they feel alive. But I think sometimes people are like, are you annoyed by people talking? Are you annoyed by the birds chirping? This is noise that is part of our environment.
Yeah.
Angry political TikToks, ladies doing, makeup tutorials, world star type videos on TikTok or YouTube Shorts.
That makes sense as a theory.
Yeah, that game with the captain, and you got to keep him from like sinking in a ship. You know, like those Tetris type games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the phone games.
Phone games.
That's just my theory. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what other theory is it? There's something implicit about melanin that makes you like do that. That's irrational. I mean, Ilya disagrees, I suppose.
Well, like if it wasn't irrational, how would you argue? Like if you had to argue from obviously the other side.
I don't like to steel man every.
That it's
argument,
racially
Ilya.
essential.
That's the thing is like, yeah, if you like actual like the most right wing neo-Nazis, right? They're like, oh, there is something different about, I guess, the cells that produce melanin. Because what is it if it isn't culture, right? The thing that they
Yeah.
see is inferior.
Well, yeah,
You
that's
know?
why they think they're, like, culture tied to genetics.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's like the same thing as Jews. They think we're genetically different, non-human,
Yeah,
so, which is very funny. To be fair,
I heard this comedian the other day, and he said something which, under normal circumstances, I would have thought was funny, because he's talking about Jews, right? And I'm not going to say what race he is, but he isn't Jewish, right?
Ooh.
And he goes, so the Jews got kicked out of every country they were in, but it's not their fault. Now, that is, if you don't mean it, a funny thing to say.
Yeah,
But I also know this guy gets offended if you make a joke about black people. All right, so he's black.
there's a black fella.
Yeah.
Could have been anybody, to be frank.
So, but I mean, you were leaning towards that. So now I'm like, oh, he means it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, either it's all okay to make fun of, or none of it's okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I've experienced that kind of with like alarming regularity where people are like, I'm just joking around, and I'm like, okay, I got a joke about the group you belong to, and they're
Yeah.
like, hey, come on, you know.
Yeah.
That guy makes six figures to on a writing job on one of those Jon Stewart shows.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Is it?
If that's what you're thinking.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not him.
Well, okay.
You're kind of denying it strongly. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying it's not Ashton Womack.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, life is good. I really can't complain. I mean, I guess I could, but who would listen?
You said that earlier.
Yeah. She's looking up the other lyrics.
Turns out we were listening.
Last one just says, "This is the end."
So, Boris, what is one thing that surprised you about being a husband and or father?
There's nothing written on that goddamn page. You son of a bitch. You're trying to have an actual conversation at the end of the goddamn podcast.
Sneaking it in there.
Yeah.
I'm
all about sneaking it in, folks.
Yeah, I'll tell you two things that I've kind of thought about actually. One is that like, you know how people say like, obviously there's like the trope of like they grow up so fast. There is like a time perception thing, right? Because like one of your friends goes from like 30 to 32. The difference is pretty negligible. And a kid going from like 1 to 3, it's just such a massive difference in who they are as a human being that it's just like, on the one hand, you're like, oh, it's so like clear to me that time has passed. On the other hand, you know, if you didn't have that kid, the same amount of time would have passed. So it's kind of like you're just realizing it. But then the other thing I feel like that happens is when you have a kid relatively late compared to like, you know, for most of history, people are having their kid in like 20 years old, 25 years old. When you're having a kid at like 35 or 40,
Who would do that?
I feel like there's almost like a combined effect because not only are you like seeing time go by quickly because you're seeing someone go from 1 to 3, but then also there's like the relative time at your age, you know, like your 3-year-old, a month to them is, you know, 1/36 of their life. And so a month to them is a fucking long ass time. To you, a month is, you know, whatever the math is on that of your life. It goes by much quicker. And so it's that combined. It's like the fact that like time is moving one way at 40 and you've got a 1-year-old going to 3 years old that like drastically changes your perception of time. Kind of like day to day, it's this, you know, it's not that you're not as aware of it, but then you look back and you're like, oh shit, it messes with like how you see time passing.
So it make you feel like, oh, I am closer to death.
Certainly.
That was your takeaway from that?
Kind of. That's
not
the
kidding.
first thing I thought of.
But the real revelation is like, I am closer to death, but if I wasn't experiencing fatherhood and these things, I would be no further from death, you know? And so it's like, there's like a double, you realize it, but then you also realize that like, it would be the reality no matter what. And maybe it's better to have this thing reminding you and realizing it, you know?
Do you think he's more like you or your wife?
She. So
what do you think he is more like your wife?
She's kind of a combination of the both of us so far. I think it remains to be seen. She looks more like my wife for sure, which is a good thing. And I think that there's like also this idea that like another trope that people say is like having kids is sort of like a representation of having a positive outlook of the world because you're making an investment in the future. And I think causally sometimes that's switched. Like people make it sound like if you choose to have kids, it's because you have a particularly positive outlook or whatever. And I think sometimes it's the opposite where it's like the act of having the kids gives you the positive outlook.
Because you have to, dude. Like if your daughter walks in and she's like, "Daddy, what are you doing today?" and you're like, "Fucking doesn't
Preparing
matter."
for both of our deaths. Yeah. Well, it's like you have to, but it also kind of like there's an experience of it that gives you hope for the future, you know?
On that note, you want to plug anything?
At the Boris K on all the social media.
Thanks so much for being on the show. I do not have do you have something you want to say to end, Bobby? No? Oh, you're such a fucking asshole. Thank you.